and back again. Ma ha ka wa ta he ta wa ka ha ma. There and back again. Do you see? Multi-dimensional beings are we. From the energy of the first light, through the calendar of the light of days, with the veil down, we were in a haze. 1 to 10 and back again. In the darkness we held each other tightly until the light came. The dragon blood, the Taki, the Akashic potentiality. At the speed of memory, we came, there and back again. From the I am to the we are, we came far, there and back again.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Mark Attwood Show. That rhymes. I might keep that. I like that. How are you doing? How's tricks? How's things? How's life? I'm getting very good vibes at the moment. I think we've entered a new phase of the onion peel being pulled back. And I just had a weekend of plant medicine, which was incredible. And lots of things got confirmed for me. Do you want to know what those things are? Well, maybe I'll tell you. But while I was there, I did enjoy bringing this thing out and producing results like that. Can you see my arm? Let's get it on there. There you go. Look at that one. And then this one too. Much better than I thought it would be. Although Gary, my partner in Live 5D Health, says I wasn't hitting hard enough. But I didn't do it, Gary. Somebody else did. And they were hitting very hard. But I put this on Telegram. And people were going, let's see if I can find it. I'll get Telegram up. People were going, you can't do that. You're committing whatever. You're hurting yourself or whatever. And I was like, no, you're missing the point because this is something that Ian Clark, you see here. It's on my Telegram channel. I'll put the link to this below, actually, because it is worth going and having a look at Ian explain this in more detail. But hopefully you can see. Let me just check. You can see my Telegram. You can. Let's have a look back. So, yeah. So here's the picture I took of myself and somebody who was on the retreat, our arms. And then this started a whole tirade of people going, let's have a look at some of these comments because they're hilarious. Somebody said, I did release some stress and I feel great. It does absolutely do. What's going on here? Missing the picture mark, says Ken there. Well, if you go back, Ken, if you go into this thread, you'll see I've actually put the link up to people that were complaining about it. So let's go here. So I think you took the wrong turn on this one, says Bob. No, I didn't, Bob. My higher self said you're creating a blockage where the energy is now not flowing easily. Incorrect, Susan. No, that was someone else. Yeah, you got a girlfriend. No, that was someone else on the retreat. It's common sense. Looking cultish to make cultish. Cultish? What are you talking about? Anyway, that's a bit of fun. I will put the link on that. I highly recommend you go and have a look at it because it is incredible. It's an ancient Chinese technique. And Ian Clark, who came to Ireland recently, he's made this thing here. Ow, hurts for a bit. But I'm going to do the whole body over the next year and see, because what it does is it takes out the particulates that you can't see. You know, rubber from the tires on the road, the chemtrails, everything. All these nanoparticulates need to come out. And that's not a bruise. Looks like a bruise, but it's not a bruise. It's the stuff coming out. But talking of healing, I think in the last 3 years, although I had the hip problem, and then I had the emotional trauma release, which made me react. Well, I wouldn't call that an illness, but there was one point in the last 3 years when I felt like I'd been struck down by something. I'm sure you all are all familiar with that feeling. You know, when I couldn't move really. I couldn't get out of bed. So I went to the fridge and I grabbed this, which is the best vitamin C I've ever had. It's liposomal vitamin C. I'm going to drink some now. Doesn't taste very nice, but I know how good it is. And the reason I know how good it is because I met the person who makes it a couple of years ago, I think. And I'm bringing her on the show because she's got an incredible healing journey story. Hello, Jacqueline Manzoni.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Bit tired. We've been at the RDS all weekend, but yeah, I must get my vitamin C from the fridge as well.
Well, I can't remember how long ago it was I met you, but I did make a mental note. Must do a show with Jackie sometime, and it's probably been a couple of years.
Probably 2020, was it?
Was it that long ago?
I think so. I think when we first had contact then, but yeah, I think it was in and around that time. But we've been making that liposomal vitamin C since 2015. I was making it just for myself from 2013, and it was what brought me on my healing journey. So yeah.
Well, you've got an amazing story. Can you tell it from your illness to your recovery and why you started making this?
So about 20 years ago, I had a number of root canals on this side of my jaw. Didn't think there was anything wrong with them, but then I had a pregnancy after that, and I was tolerating them well, I think, up to then. It's going to be quite controversial when you start talking about something that's such a money spinner like root canals. But anyway, essentially what I see them as now is like, taxidermist stuff, dead part in your body. Like you wouldn't stuff your arm up and leave it hanging there just to say you've still got an arm. So, that's what essentially we're doing with teeth. And the tooth is always infected. It's never not infected. Why we don't have any symptoms is because they kill off the nerve. So yeah, I had those teeth and I had them here and starting to have weird kind of symptoms, niggly things like lymph pain, no drainage in the neck. And then that going into feeling your breasts engorged because the lymph flows from all of here, and the lymph, you have under your ears here as well. And our lymphatic system are so important, of course, in all of our well-being. All of our detox pathways are. So essentially what you're doing with root canals is you're making your body extremely toxic, and it becomes an open gate for infection because they also affect the stomach acid. When you're not able to have the correct stomach acid, which happens from the toxins spilling down, you then become a host to stomach acid is what kills off parasites then. So we go down another rabbit hole where parasites are, we're all exposed to parasites, but when your stomach acid becomes compromised as it does, then you're open to parasitic infections, IBS, Crohn's disease, all of these things. I'm not saying all of them are directly related to root canals, but indirectly because of other things that happen to your body when you're not able to detoxify. All of these things, as they say, the great Linus Pauling, the advocate for vitamin C, said there are only two reasons for illness. One is deficiency and one is toxicity. Two reasons. So when you break it down that simply, I didn't know that at the time. I went around in circles for a long time, and eventually I found a holistic dentist in the UK who basically saved my life. At that stage, the infection had spread all around all of my jaw. So I had to have even though my teeth were lovely teeth, I had really nice teeth and really healthy teeth, the bone underneath was all infected. It was causing me to be very ill. So they had to be all removed, and I had about 21 operations.
What?
21? Yeah, because they kept reinfecting. Some of them were reinfecting. So basically they would clean back the bone, and this guy was top. He would put in ozone, PRGF, which is your own stem cells. But that was when I started to heal. Before that, I had gone to a lot of bogus and doing the wrong things, if you like. But with this guy, between the PRGF and the ozone and one of the main things I attributed the healing to was the mega high doses of glutathione and IV vitamin C, and they were done intravenously. So I found after I would have those, I would have this massive detoxification and start to feel really energized for a couple of days. But because I was coming home then, traveling from the UK, well, sure, that wouldn't last because I couldn't keep going back for IV just for them. They weren't available here at that time. There was one man doing them. Gabriel, I think was his first name, Stuart, and he was looking after a lot of people from Castleknock, and he eventually had to move down to Portlaoise because I think he was hunted out of the place anyway. So yeah, but they were exorbitantly expensive.
Sorry, hunted out of the place.
Well, yeah, they're the words I would use because he was having strange break-ins and the equipment all broken and stolen. I remember him telling me that at the time. And he was too visible where he was in Castleknock. He was in a housing estate. and I was going around there. But leaving aside all, he moved down to Portlaoise, and he's still working from Portlaoise, and he's doing some fantastic work with a lot of cancer patients and stuff. But leaving aside all of that, those IV intravenous in this country at that time were around, if I'm not mistaken, around €300. I had my kids, I have 4 children. Claudia was the only one working then at that stage. I simply couldn't afford €300 every time I wanted to feel a little bit better. And they do work. There's no doubt about that.
The weekend I've just had, there were 2 people there with cancer, and they were talking to me about the IV, and I brought this along, and I was saying, well, this is... Yeah. So hopefully you get a few orders.
My answer. Yeah, that was my own answer that I found to IV vitamin C. So I've always been a great researcher, and I kind of had to be. Back in the day when I was really sick, I had to be, and I developed great skills at researching and finding out things, and I'd leave no stone unturned. And essentially, I came across a Dr. Thomas Levy, who's a leading cardiologist in America, but he also has a holistic view on health, okay? So he developed a supplement called Altriant, and it's still out there and very prominent in the market. But Altriant is liposomal vitamin C. So I thought, okay, well, if he can make that, I can make that, because that means their mantra was, this works like an IV. You get, it goes through the lymph system and the liver, and you get the same effects as an IV vitamin C. So I was like, oh, wow, this is really interesting. Maybe I can help myself with this. And that's how Vital C began. We called that product Vital C in the beginning. And then we found out there was another product called that. So we changed our name to Vital Organico. But it's, the trademark, it's still called Vital C, but we just can't trademark it at that, if you like. Well, I don't think we can. We haven't really looked into that. Anyway, the first one I made was the product you have there. So there was only 3 ingredients in that, which is 100% pure ascorbic acid, organic sunflower lectin. We never used soy. Well, in the very first tries, I did try soy, but then I quickly learned that most soy was genetically modified, so I wasn't going to have that. So then, we used distilled water. That's the product. And that is the one that was still a lot of people that are struggling with their health or with cancer will come to us for. So, so I essentially made that, and then I made liposomal glutathione, and they were the mainstays in me recovering my health. And the reason for that was because when you're working with vitamin C, it's all about keeping the blood plasma level high, saturated with vitamin C. Because it's water soluble, we pee it out daily. So although you get a great bang for your buck with IV vitamin C, and I would still recommend anybody struggling with cancer to do IV vitamin C. I'm not saying not to, but at my time, I'm talking about, it wasn't available in this country, mainstream like it is now. Now you can, there are a good few clinics now doing IV vitamin C. It's still expensive, but not
have you seen the IV bars that are popping up around the world?
Yeah, I have. But the problem with those is, and my niece and nephew actually own a really good one called Get a Drip, and I'll give them a shout because they're amazing. They're in Junction 6 in Castleknock. Yeah. But the problem with them is they're not really allowed to do what they want to do in this country. So they're only allowed to give a maximum of 25 grams in an IV, okay? Now, 25 grams might seem like a lot, but you can get that in liposomal formulation by taking a couple of teaspoons. You take it out every hour, you can give yourself 25 grams every day in a liposomal formulation. When I was going to the holistic dentist in the UK, it was Graham Munro Hall in Bedford. He was an amazing man. And he has done so much on the master treaty against banning amalgam and all of that kind of thing. He's an amazing man. That's Get a Drip, yeah. That's Jean and Robert O'Leary won that. And
Jean and Robert.
they're doing amazing work, but they're not allowed to do the quantities that you need, and they're also not allowed to treat somebody. I won't quote the exact figures because I'm not sure, but for example, when I was going for IV vitamin C, they would do it every day, and I would get 75 grams, and you also would have so many grams of glutathione in there, and that's when the real healing begins, when you get up to saturation levels. But
how many grams in a serving of this?
So you have a gram per serving of teaspoon in that. So you, for example, you have 500 grams in that bottle then. So you can keep spacing that out throughout the day is what you do. And you do your own blood saturation with liposomal vitamin C. And we don't have any nasties in that product, which is very important. There are a lot of liposomals on the market where they have alcohol in them. They have potassium sorbate in them. They have all kinds of sweeteners. And you rightly said it doesn't taste very nice. It doesn't, but when you're dealing with chronic health conditions conditions, that doesn't become
Well,
important anymore.
yeah, exactly. Who cares? But
Yeah.
I mean, is it true that vitamin C only lasts an hour in your body, and you should take this every hour?
Yeah, but that's why I say, yeah, because it's water soluble. So when you go to the toilet, you pee it out, and you'll pee out any excess. So that's where, when you have a drip, you'll get a great bang for your buck on the drip, but then you'll pee out the surplus, and you need another drip the next day if you're dealing with chronic health conditions. And that's where I started making liposomal vitamin C, because I couldn't get another drip the next day because I was back in Dublin where there was no one doing the drip, and even if I could have, I couldn't afford it.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
that's 1,500 quid a week.
Yeah, I mean, nobody can afford that kind of thing. Get a Drip have brought down the prices, and they're doing good work, as I say, but they're not. I think it's 25 grams they're allowed to do. But look, 25 grams is certainly a lot better. And then they add in other nutrients. They add in like B complex. They do I think they have the Pavernex, which is amazing for health and wellness as well. It's kind of it's a B complex. But all of those things we have in liposomal formulations as well. We've expanded our range. Do you want me to show you?
Yeah, please.
Yeah?
Yeah,
So this one is one of the best sellers as well. It's glutathione.
I think I've got that here.
You have that?
Well, I've got a big box of your stuff here. So it's probably in one of these. But yeah, talk away. Talk away.
Yeah, so the glutathione is what's produced endogenously in the liver. And glutathione is our master antioxidant. It's how the whole body detoxes via the liver. One great way for doing... I don't know if you want me to stray from the liposomes. Do you want me to talk in general about?
Well, yeah, because I'm fascinated and I'm always forgetting stuff. So yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, Jackie, even though I've got to say, because of meeting people like you over the last 3 years, I did find myself holding court explaining some of this to people at the weekend, which I think is hilarious. And now I've got a healing center, so it's like.
Yeah, I mean, it just keeps expanding. We were the same at the weekend in the RDS. We just kept meeting so many interesting people. Like, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. But I think Plenty is really tired as well. And I think the reason we're both exhausted today is not to do with what we were doing, because we were getting a great buzz out of that. There were so many energies in the room. So many people were doing all different kinds of healing that it was a little bit too much. We came home every day exhausted. People were pulling all kinds of energy and doing sound baths and Reiki. And I think when you're in that environment for 3 days, we both feel wrecked.
Well, can I just explain for the audience, when you said you're at the RDS, what you mean is you're at a place in Dublin.
Mind and Body Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mind and Body Show.
Don't assume people watching this know what you're talking about. You have to slow it down and spell it out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We were at the Mind and Body Show. We had a stand there. And it was very successful. We met a lot of like-minded people. Obviously, everybody there is into healing. Everybody is very on their own awakening path and have been for a long time. Most of the stall holders and all of the public coming in there are likewise. They want to know about how to heal or which path to take. Well,
this is what I found. This is what I found at the weekend. There were people there like me, experienced psychonaut. Sorry, there were also people there with cancer, and there were also people there who'd been triple vaxxed, who were like they're waking up and saying, I wish I hadn't done this. What can I do? What can I do?
What's the saying there in the RDS? Yeah. And there are things that people can do. We can get back to that if you want.
Yes,
in a
definitely.
minute. But speaking about the liposomals, and then I said to you this one, the glutathione. Hold on, I'm turning this the wrong way.
Yeah, I think mine's in the fridge.
That's the master antioxidant, and the liver produces glutathione. If somebody is dealing with cancer or very chronic health conditions, a really good way to get your glutathione, apart from, you can't take tablets and glutathione, they don't work. So you're either talking about intravenous, like in Get a Drip, or any other drip place, or glutathione by liposomal formulation, which works, or you can get something like this. A company is called the Happy Bum.
Hang on, you gave me one of them, didn't you?
Yeah, so we have other.
It's still in my room. I haven't used it yet.
Right. You need to get out your coffee and shoot that coffee. But anyway, the coffee enema, when it works, you put the coffee in, you plunge, the tube goes in and it goes up into the rectum and reaches the portal vein here. The portal vein, the blood all passes by there, all of the blood in the body in 15 minutes. So you're essentially, not only are you cleaning all of your blood in 15 minutes, but you're also produce endogenously glutathione increases by 700%. So this is the kind of slow
down so I can speak. You're going too quick. Right. So you guys watching this, leave in the comments if you want to see me do that live.
Yeah. No, I don't think that'd be a good one.
No, I don't think
But
so.
anyway, they are amazing. Coffee enemas are amazing for anyone out there struggling to get their health back or with cancer, because glutathione is where the healing is at. Antioxidant, the master antioxidant with vitamin C. So get your coffee enemas. If you can't stand to do coffee enemas, then even if you can, everybody doesn't have the time to do coffee enemas every day. But when you get it perfected, it's only 15 minutes.
So anybody watching this, here's a great business idea. Open up a coffee shop, have a little room on the side, and then there's your upsell. Enjoy the coffee.
Yeah,
enemas next door.
It's not the coffee that you drink, so it's different kind of. It is coffee, but it's a kind of a green. Do you have a bag of coffee, Claudia? I'll show you the coffee that we bring in from a great guy actually down in Sligo. And
hi, Claudio.
It's called Robusta. He's kind of Robusta Health, and it's a different kind of a coffee. It's kind of a golden or a green coffee, so it's not.
Slow down, please, because you're very, very quick, and I can't get a word in. Robusto coffee.
Robusta.
Robusta. Is this another Italian?
No, he's American, living in Sligo. But I think he's Mark saying hi to you.
Mark, how are you doing? I'm in the background. Sad with the lady.
That's it.
I'll just take myself out so people.
Yeah. Let me see.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got it. Yeah.
So he was operating from Sligo, but he told us he's been hounded, didn't he?
Yeah.
What?
He's having a difficult time with his coffee enemas, with the Irish. Is it the customs, Claudia, or the?
No, I don't know. They were just.
Yeah. They're putting a lot of pressure on him, getting him to jump through too many hoops, and he's been here a long time. So I think
you need to. Sorry, you need to tell him to contact me because I can help him there.
Yeah, I think he's already gone though. We're still getting all the coffee, but I think he's now operating from Germany, is he?
He's gone in Germany, yeah.
Yeah, he's had enough of Ireland and the restrictions.
Well, let's listen. It's nuts. I mean, I opened a healing center here, and these arseholes did a whole hit piece on me, called me an English fascist, white supremacist, homophobic, bleach peddling, dangerous. You know, we're trying to heal people with oxygen. It's unbelievable. They've got these minions all over the place trying to close you down all the time because Ireland is really the pharmaceutical capital of Ireland, isn't of Europe?
The world.
You know,
it is. I mean, look how many young people are coming out with degrees, depending on jobs in the pharmaceutical companies, and they're getting high-paid jobs. And fair play to them, but the whole country is under the rule of pharmaceuticals because they're running the show.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, the biggest employer in this town is a pharmaceutical company.
I know all towns, I would imagine.
Very similar story across the country.
The plant Pfizer has in Lucan, isn't it, Claudia? Or Luca? Yeah. I mean, Claudia used to work for Pfizer. He was in finance. He didn't sell any injections or anything. He was in finance for many years, and he left many years ago, Claudia, 3 years ago. So we work together now. Which
is far better.
Yeah, he might dispute that, but yeah.
So what else have you got? Because you've
the liposomals. We have D3K2. This is the sweeter version of the one you have. So this is still very, very good, but it's more suitable for children because we have got natural fruit flavors in this.
Well, that's really good because one of the things that drives me nuts when I didn't know as much as I know now, I'd go into the pharmacy and I'd look for vitamins for the kids, and then I started reading the labels and going, this has got aspartame in it. How can they be selling vitamins for kids with aspartame in it? Are they insane? And
there are loads of liposomal formulations as well. A friend actually sent me one from the UK this morning, and she goes, have a look at these online, and they're on Amazon, and they've got the most horrendous ingredients.
Well, I just want to explain to the audience, and the reason I'm doing this is because I was talking about this yesterday, and I had to explain what aspartame was because people don't know what it is. So aspartame was originally developed in the 1960s as a chemical weapon. It's actually the genetically modified feces from the E. coli bacteria. And the patent to this was owned by Donald Rumsfeld, who took 7 attempts in the 70s to get it passed by the FDA as a foodstuff, obviously because the bribe wasn't high enough, or they knocked off enough people to be able to pass it. And
Yeah.
and he's killed more people with aspartame than he did as defense secretary under George W. Bush, and is an absolute monster. And you know, and I go insane as a dad because I've been banging this into my kids for 20 years, and they still go and drink the monster drinks because their mates are drinking it, and the Lucasade and all, and they're all packed with this shit. And they change the name all the time. Sucralose is aspartame. All of these name changes.
Some of them have the goal to put full of vitamins on the outside.
Well, that makes me cross as well. But the other thing about Ireland is, and I was talking about this yesterday, is that people watching this might not know that Ireland brought in a sugar tax, right, a few years ago to disincentivize people drinking soft drinks with sugar in under the guise of being good for kids and healthy. But what it's actually doing is pushing people into Coke Zero and Pepsi Max and, all that, which is far worse. I mean, I found a bottle here this morning because my son had a few friends over, and there was a bottle of this shit in the living room, an empty bottle, and I put it in the bin, and I opened the top and I smelt it as I put it into the bin, and I was like, oh my God, it's like chemical shite.
Like they taste good when they're cold and fizzy. But when you have to get the real taste, when you let it, like the fizz evaporate and the smell, like you said,
they're very good to clean the engine.
Very good for cleaning engines. Glad you said.
Well, Coke is very good for cleaning shit. But I mean, I am currently in advanced thought stages of bringing out a drink for kids that they'll actually like, that is really good for them. But I can't see the shops ever stocking it.
No, they wouldn't.
No. But anyway,
it's hard to understand the skullduggery that would go on behind those drinks. Anyway, you wouldn't never get it out in the market unless you had all the crap in it.
Exactly. So anyway, you've got tons of other. I'll just explain to the viewer. I'm going to put a link to Jackie's website below. I highly recommend you get the vitamin C at least, and she's going to give us. There's going to be a discount code there for 10% off as well. And I just love the fact that you're in Ireland, but you do ship worldwide. But do you have problems with shipping prices like I do with my book?
No, we ship mostly to Europe and Ireland and the UK. The UK shipping prices are expensive, but we do match half of that. We pay about €15 towards it. So the client pays about 12 or 15, but that's over €100, isn't it? We do have a lot of clients in the UK and they don't mind paying to 12 or 15 because we subsidize half of it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of viewers in America and Australia and New Zealand as well.
Yeah,
so.
We don't ship to America yet, but we can do. We just haven't gone there yet because we never had enough quantities, to open the market to America. It would have left our stock saturated. But there's.
But we have the same. I have the same problem either way because I've interviewed Ian who makes this in Canada, and it's shipping price problems coming to the UK are a nightmare. So it's good to be able to speak to somebody who's doing something so good in Ireland. But could you go back to your healing journey a little bit and talk about what happened after so your lymphatic system, everything's poisoned. Okay. So you started making the liposomal vitamin C.
Start making the liposomal vitamin C, but as I said,
what were the side effects, Jackie, to the blockages? What apart from the
so as I said, when you have your body starts to become ill and your detox pathways are not working and everything starts to become bunged up, so it's like everything is clogged, and then you start to become a host to parasitic infections, which when you get parasitic infections, it's just horrendous. So people usually move in and with the kill thing to kill off parasites, but that can make you even sicker because if you don't have your detox pathways open, then you're just recirculating the toxins. So I would always say to people, you need to work on, I'm just reading what I had written down. So lymph with the skin, okay, so you could have infrared sauna, dry skin brushing, sweat. The skin is the biggest organ in your body. Use your skin like sweating, even walking fast, if you can do sauna. Dry skin brushing.
Jackie, just back up the truck a little bit, as I say in Manchester. So one of the biggest, again, I was talking about this yesterday, one of the biggest problems with the skin is the water that we bathe in.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do to? I mean, I've got a phenomenal carbon filter, and I have Grander water in the house, and the water I have is like bathing in a mountain waterfall. It's incredible. But
okay. I must get the name of that because my own water is not. I mean, we have really good one on the sink, and we have distilled water for drinking. And I had a vitamin C filter shower thing, but I need to replace that. But if you're having a bath and you add in a tablespoon of vitamin C, it takes the chlorine, for example, out of the water.
Vitamin C? Sorry, vitamin C takes chlorine. I didn't know that.
Just pure vitamin C powder, which I have one. We do the Helitrophin brand, which is a bit cheaper. We have our own brand as well, right? Which is not our own brand. Quali C is the best vitamin C in the world because it's super micronized, okay? And it just dissolves in seconds when you're taking it as an ascorbic acid powder. We don't advise people to put that in their bath because it's too expensive. And any vitamin C powder, whether it's more granular or not, will work. So I'd use one like this.
Show us the front.
There. You see?
Yeah, I think everybody saw that.
Yeah, you can put a tablespoon of that in your bath. You put in a bit of bicarbonate of soda and it cleans up the water. When I had more time, I was making up these tubs for people with bicarbonate of soda, vitamin C. What else am I putting in them? Diatomaceous earth.
Salt.
Epsom salts. I make up a good mix. I just haven't had time to make them, but I was making them up particularly for people on
that's interesting. That's interesting because about 15 years ago, my ex-wife and I were going to bring out a product called Sprinkle on Your Twinkle, which was which is a similar kind of thing for women that were pregnant and getting infections and stuff to get rid of the infections.
So I had a lot of requests for people from this bath salts I was making, but I haven't had the time in the past, several weeks. So we're out of stock of it. But I mean, if people buy a big tub of Epsom salt and a tub of vitamin C and a tub of bicarbonate, you can just throw them into your bath and it really cleans the water. You can't do the same thing, obviously, in a shower, but you can make, another product I used to make was like a salt scrub. So you can open the pores using the same Epsom salt. You can put in coconut oil, you put in salt, like real Celtic salt, which we sell, and you can do a scrub with that, your own scrub.
You sell real Celtic salt. That's brilliant because I've been
we sell real Celtic salt. We cannot keep it in stock. People
I know because I've been telling everybody that will listen that the water protocol that I've been on for the last 6 months, 5 or 6 months, has been clean water, remove all the fluoride and chlorine. You can use a distiller or a very good filter, then put it into this, which is a vortex machine. Copper, magnets, and shungite, and then add the salt, and then put it in the hydrogen machine. That water will change your life.
Yeah,
and we've been recommending that. We've been recommending that to people that have been coming into the healing center as well, and the ones that have been doing it, mind-blowingly good. What's
the name of that cup you have there?
I call it the Vortex Machine. It's made by Harry Rhodes. We've got some. We're the only ones who carry stock in Ireland at Live5D Health.
From you. Yeah,
I'll save you one and get a hydrogen machine with it, and we bring them in because you can also get them from onlyresultscount.com, but then you're gonna have to pay import and duty and all that.
Have you got a hydrogen machine for water then?
I have, yeah.
Oh.
Just here.
Very good. What I was doing was ozonating the water, which is another really good way as well.
Ozone, yeah.
I have a little ozone machine there, and I ozonate the water.
It's like this, so it goes together.
Okay. Yeah.
And it
good. Yeah, it kind of twirls the water around, doesn't it, and structures it.
Well, Oh no, this one structures it.
Oh right, okay, and the other one then, it hydrogenates it.
Hydrogenates it, and the benefits of that are, I'll just read them off because they're so vast. What does hydrogen water? It improves various diseases and tissue injuries through antioxidant, pulmonary inflammation.
It's a little bit like the ozone, what the ozone does. The ozone oxygenates the water as well, and it really makes you feel alive, gives you so much energy.
That's why I'm buying a jacuzzi instead of a normal bath.
Okay, put your vitamin C in the jacuzzi.
And watch it froth up, and brilliant. So, how's your health now? Because now, I mean, you've become. What I love about you is and what the kind of people that I love to bring on is that the people that are really making the best stuff in the world are the people who've had to solve their own health problems.
Yeah, because you've got to go down. You've been down every rabbit hole. You've tried all the stuff, and you're not prepared to sell something that didn't work. So you're only going to source products that work with no nasties, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, my health is really good now. Thank God, really, really good. I look tired and feel tired today, but as I say, I think it was probably all the energies in the room. But I've got loads of energy. But I've learned a lot of other stuff. Even since I got well, I've added on things like early morning sun gazing, cutting out all seed oils, and we sell a lot of tallow and grass-fed supplements. And so, yeah, I haven't gone carnivore, but I've certainly gone back to what I would call ancestral eating.
Well, I remember eating at your house and refusing
I gave you the bresaola with the rucola.
And you're like, why are you not eating this? It's lovely.
And you took off the rucola, and I was like, oh, I love rocking. But yeah, no, so
I did that at the weekend because most of the people at the retreat I just went to are vegans, and well, it
was the same in the Mind and Body show, and it was amazing the amount of people that I had coming to me. We had them all laid up. This one, for example, this is liposomal niacinamide. Niacinamide was used by Abraham Hoffer for depression and schizophrenia and anxiety, and I had them out on the table, and it was free tasting, and it was a sign what each one did, and I was actually quite amazed how many people chose the niacinamide. They knew what vitamin C did, but because it said anxiety, depression, and I didn't think, I might be hated for this, but I actually think it was because of the huge volume of vegans that were there. So
no. Look, I mean, this. I've just got to tell you, the thing that gets the biggest amount of negative comments and hatred, apart from when I start doing this to myself, is when I talk about veganism, not vegans, veganism.
Yeah, veganism. Because, look, I did it all myself. I was growing trays of wheatgrass. I was drinking pints of wheatgrass.
Me too. I was doing all of that. I was doing all of it, and I had carpal tunnel syndrome, and I had arthritis coming on.
And I had all, like when you get neuropathy and nerve pain.
Yeah, and I had really thin nails and all of this stuff.
And a lot of that is related to thiamine. We're going to bring out a brain supplement now shortly. We're bringing out the vitamin C. Will be available in boxes and sachets for people that are traveling, because we did stop those in 2020 because the whole world shut down. But they'll be with us now very soon. But when speaking about the sachet, there's a supplement that I've developed. I'm working with the research and development on it, and I have seen like that about brain health and veganism. And leaving aside veganism, everybody is lacking in thiamine. And thiamine is what restores nerve endings, fixes neuropathy. It works on the brain function. It induces calmness with the other B vitamins, with niacin. So we're working on a supplement that will be amazing for brain health. Because let's say when I was working with clients before, I might use this, and this bottle. This is going to be a one-stop supplement for particularly elderly, but also exam people. And that's not really to get a plug. It's to say how much. It will be liposomal, so it'll be dissolved in fats again. Everybody is missing fats in the world.
No, it's fats. That's the thing. And then, so
we're not missing.
No, listen. On Saturday, I was there, and
that's my tallow.
I can't get a word in. Yeah, that's really good.
We saw that, and how many people are buying them? The world is really waking up. That's 5 kilos.
Yeah,
they're the agents for us. They're organics. They're doing amazing stuff. And the reason I like their tallow and all of their bone broth and everything is because when you boil down the bones and everything, that's where a lot of the toxins are stored, and all of their stuff is organic. So you're dealing with organic tallow, organic bone broth, and also their skincare range is all organic whipped tallow. It's amazing stuff. So we've really gone down that path as well with our business. This one is a sunscreen, which is just like no nasties.
I need that because my daughter was in the car the other day going on a school trip, and she said, "Can you stop at the pharmacy?" I went, "What for?" She said, "Sun cream." I said, "You know about sunscreen."
But you see, people don't feel safe unless they put something on.
Yeah.
So these ones are like natural oils. They have an SPF of about 30. There's actually a young lad in Ireland making these.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's amazing. Ancestral Cosmetics.
Fantastic.
And his products are fantastic. And yeah, the world is changing, like we said. This is a friend of mine with her Bow Butter. Leanne, Bare Skin Wellness. This is tallow.
Fantastic.
Tallow for the face.
Fantastic.
And it sounds great for us. and she's doing amazing. She was out at the Mind and Body show as well with tallow balm, and the skin sucks the stuff up because the lipid profile of tallow is the same as our own skin. So when you put it on, it just absorbs it immediately.
Well, this is what I was trying to tell you. So on Saturday, everybody's there tucking into the salads, and the guy that ran the retreat, I said, "Is it okay if I bring my own food? Because I know everybody's going to be a vegan there." And he said, "Yes, no problem." So I get this big T-bone steak, whack it on, get a couple of eggs. So I sit in the middle of the table, put this massive steak and these 2 eggs down, and the guy who had cancer walked past me. He said, "That looks gorgeous." And I said, "Well." So I've got another one in the fridge. He said, I've not eaten one for 3 years. And I'm like, well, why not? Because a lot of people with cancer, especially, seem to they all go vegan. They all go juicing.
Well,
right?
yeah, I mean,
but they're not giving the body the building blocks required to
and it's also why so many people are suffering with their mental health, because you cannot make neurotransmitters without amino acids.
And
it's very simple.
This is why, and I'm going to say something that's going to upset some people, and I don't mean to. This is just a fact. But the most aggressive people I've met in the last 20 years are vegans.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. I was never a very aggressive person at all, but I can certainly say that I'm much calmer now. It take a lot to rattle me. I'm very calm. It's because of my diet and change it. And we were speaking about healing. The thing I'd always like to say first, all supplementation comes second. Everything is about getting sunlight in your eyes, getting out in the air, grounding yourself, having 2 hours, no matter what your job is, away, walking near the ocean or in trees. And all of that might sound simplistic, because it is, but they're the real building blocks, and your food is the real building block, and the sunlight. Why do you think we're not getting any sunlight? Because that's what keeps us healthy. So, we're being manipulated into having no sunlight, if you know what I mean. So we need sunlight. And when you go out and you look into the sky at the sun, first thing in the morning, your eye realizes how much melanin it needs to make for the day. Yeah. And then you don't need sunscreens. So people are all indoors during the day. Then they go out when there's a bit of sun. And of course they burn, because the body hasn't realized they're wearing sunglasses, which is another thing that we should all drop. Except for if you the odd time, maybe in a low winter sun, if you can't see when you're driving. But they should be used with caution, because they stop your eye signaling the body to make melanin to protect your skin.
Yeah, I stopped wearing them about 6-7 years ago. Then I bought a cheap pair last weekend just for the crack, just to take a picture. And then I got slagged off on Telegram. What are you doing with sunglasses on? You told us not to wear them.
Yeah, I mean, they do look nice. There's no getting away from that.
They look great.
Hairbands, I mean, they do look cool. And people like that look, but just limit their use is what I say,
Well, just stare into the sun in the morning and then you can wear them.
Yeah, even if you do 15 minutes in the morning, and then you regulate your melanin production and you won't burn. And another thing that stops you burning is your use of good fats. People are burning because their skin is dehydrated and they don't have the fat. They don't have. Claudio showed me something here, because Claudio, being Italian, brings in really good olive oils.
I've still got some of that. It is good.
Some of these ones are amazing.
And they have the squalene.
They have the squalene. It depends on the squalene profile and the polyphenols. And the polyphenols, they're actually used very successfully with people with gut issues, but particularly even with children with autism, because if you look into the NEMCheck protocol uses olive oil a lot, and inositol to repair the gut. There's a couple of things they use, but olive oil features very big in it. And olive oil features very big to do liver flushes as well. If you want to do
I've done one with olive oil and lemon juice. I did one last year. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Just going to
before you do a liver flush, you should always take malic acid for a good few weeks. Because what it does is it stops you getting a stone broken. So malic acid, I have to say that, because people do liver flushes and they nearly kill themselves. They flush it out and the stone gets stuck and then they end up in agonizing pain. So you need to take malic acid for several weeks to liquefy any stones.
Well, that was important. I was trying to interrupt you, but that was very important, because I didn't know that. Malic acid.
Malic acid. It basically comes like the same thing you will get from apple juice, but the powder breaks down the stones very efficiently.
Oh, wow.
We get people to do that for about a month before they attempt even a liver flush.
That's really interesting, because I did one without doing any of that. And
you're still here.
No, my stones weren't that bad, but some of the people, we had 800 people doing this challenge with us last year, and some of them did have a lot of stone passage.
Really? Great.
Yeah. I'm just going back to what I was saying earlier about the salt, because the salt in the water is extraordinary. But again, I was saying this at the weekend. It's great to get out and actually speak to people that because we're all at a plant medicine thing, everybody there wanted to heal something. So they were all very open to new ideas and discussions. And I was explaining that, you put salt in the water and it stops you being dehydrated. And they all still believe. And it just reinforced to me how incredibly important it is to look at all of your assumptions about health and then look at where you got that information from, usually school or the government, which is the same thing effectively. And then just do the complete opposite.
Yeah, because we were all told that salt was bad and would raise our blood pressure.
Well, some of the salt, table salt is, but Celtic sea salt.
Yeah, table salt, yeah. Because it's full of bleaches and caking agents, anti-caking agents. It's not the same thing at all. Do you have a bag of the Celtic salt there?
No, all sold out.
Oh, I was going to get Claudio to show you, but we're sold out. We can't keep
it. I want 10 bags, Claudio. Save some for me.
This one is really good. It's from France. La Gironde, is that what you put it?
Le Grande.
Le Grande. So his pronunciation is better than mine. Anyway, we'll have it in. We're collecting it tomorrow, I think, is it? Yeah, we'll have a lot of it in stock tomorrow. But we also do Redmond salt. You know Redmond's from the US?
No.
Redmond salt. So Redmond salt is used by a lot of the bodybuilders and stuff as well. So we do stock that as well. But I think the Celtic salt myself is probably as good. Just
Celtic salt is the best, is as good as anything. Yeah. I mean,
some people look for Redmond, so
Ian, who was here with this, says he's found the best salt in the world in Mexico, but Celtic salt is very close. It's very, very close.
Very interesting.
Which is very, very interesting. And people say to me, "Where do I get it? Is it Himalayan salt?" I said, "Don't. The Himalayan stuff's fake. Stay away from it. If it's being sold in a supermarket, don't use it."
Yeah.
Simple as that. Anyway, let's talk about vaccines, because there must have been a lot of people come to you, I'm guessing, with vaccine problems, injuries, and stuff, or want to just remove them. Have you got the answer?
Probably more what we've seen happen was their children coming to us, or their sisters, or because usually that person themselves didn't come. But then when they did, they'd become customers for other things and other reasons. But usually it was the person close to them that didn't get vaccinated that then said, "Oh, now my mum is sorry that she got it, or my dad is sorry." And not every family, but there are a lot of cases, yeah.
So what are you advising people to do?
Well, we were following different protocols. Yeah. So most people were following a protocol and just came to us looking for the products. And those products would have been things like nattokinase, serapeptase, they're proteolytic enzymes that lead up the debris. And then you would have pine oil as well, which the pine oil, what?
It's full of suramin.
For suramin, yeah. So the pine oil, sorry, I couldn't hear what Claudia was saying, produces suramin, but we also have suramin itself in MitoS, it's called, from an amazing homeopath, Dean, that we work with in the UK. And the suramin resets the mitochondria, and it is amazing for autistic children as well, suramin. But the pine oil has suramin in it, and people are using that for the vaccine. Glutathione, usually because it takes out the graphene oxide. And another thing, like,
does it?
Borax, if people use borax, I'm not really allowed to say that. But it's no coincidence that it was taken off the shelves by the HSE, borax. So it's supposed to remove nano and stuff from the body. So borax, pine oil, graphene, glutathione, nattokinase, what else, Claudia? Serapeptase. I have the list there somewhere. But yeah, we were stocking all of the stuff, and we still have all that stuff.
Well, listen, there's going to be people watching this who say, "Where do I get that list from?" Because they don't write it down. So could you possibly write that list?
We have anybody who wants, we can email them. We do have an email there with the whole protocol on it.
Well, I could also put it underneath this video.
Yeah, I can send it to you after this, and you can attach it then.
Great, brilliant.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you guys watching, there's a link to Jackie's site below and a discount code. Go and I couldn't recommend Jackie's and Claudio's stuff highly enough, and so it's great to see you doing well. And of course, because people need this stuff.
They do. Can I give one last shout out for a new product that we're going to have?
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it because I know how important it is. So we've been doing castor oil packs now for about 2 or 3 years, but castor oil packs were very instrumental in my own healing. I don't know if you're familiar with castor oil. It's a solvent. It will pull out any toxins from the abdomen. When people are dealing with endometriosis, IBS, Crohn's, or liver and gallbladder, so you can move it around where you need.
I can tell you a personal castor oil story for me.
Yeah.
Happened about 5 years ago. I was extremely depressed, not well at all, and I had these growths on my head.
Oh.
And I went to the local doctor.
He
charged me 50 quid to chat to him, and he said you need those frozen off. And I was like, oh no, I don't think so. And I went and looked it up, and I put castor oil on with bicarb of soda in, and within 5 days they were gone.
There you go. No, castor oil is amazing, and it's actually really good anti-wrinkle as well. If you just put castor oil on your face, it's great for your skin.
I remember my mum had it. We had it as kids all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's amazing. So we've developed anyway. I've been selling castor oil packs for a while because people were doing what I was doing years ago. So we were putting a flannel with the castor oil on, and we were wrapping all our body with cling film. So look, that's one of the worst things you can do because the castor oil is pulling out the plastic out of the cling film. So we tried to stock the Queen of Thrones one, which is an amazing castor oil pack from the US. But it went on and on for months, and they were giving us an affiliate. We said, we don't want an affiliate. We want to have stock here that we can give to clients. Anyway, they opened the account, and it never happened. It just kept dragging on for months. And it turns out they don't send to Ireland. So that's what happened there. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to make this myself, this castor oil pack, and I'm going to make it even better. So we got organic. They were being made from organic bamboo, but it turns out that's a bit not the best either, yeah? So this one is an organic flannel. That's the basic pack, okay?
Is this the one, yeah?
Yeah, and then the second, the more expensive one is being reformulated, which I'm going to show you now. So we have got certified cotton. The outside will be waterproof. We've taken away the zip because we don't want any leaching from the zip. And we just have like a Velcro. We have a heat pack in it. And it's going to be amazing. It's got certified flannel, got certified cotton, and waterproof stuff on the outside will be...
this is amazing. This thyroid treatment.
Yeah, we've one for the thyroid as well. This is the bottle of organic oil. We have a pump on it. So we've got I keep turning things the wrong way.
That's all right. Because it goes the opposite way.
Got a pump, and you just pump it down then onto your flannel, onto your... so you don't have to... Most of them are pouring it around, and the bottle becomes all, sticky and everything. So with this, you'll just pump it down. But this is our new prototype. And we have somebody here making these. It's a Vital Organico on them. We've only got one. They're being produced as we speak.
And what do you do with it?
So this is the castor oil pack. So here you're going to have, you see the flannel inside? You put your heat pack in there. You're going to, this side that's next to your skin, you're going to put on your castor oil on there. And then you simply wrap all around. You see?
Yeah.
And it ties. It will tie, so you can wear this to bed, I'm pulling everything the wrong way, which is what a lot of people will wear it to bed. And it's so instrumental in healing. You tie it like this, you see?
And what will it do?
Castor oil packs, you need to look on our website to find out anybody interested, because it does so much. It really does. It calms inflammation. It soothes Crohn's. It's so healing because it basically heals what's going on internally. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So we've developed the string type like this. We've gone down the path of having Velcro to tie around. But if you have any weight on you, then the Velcro bursts it open. And then we've had buttons, and likewise with the strings and the buttons, it was hurting people. So this is the prototype now. I only met with the lady who's making them for us the other day, and we're waiting on the bales of cotton to come in, and we will have them in the shop, and they come with a bag, and they come with this.
Fantastic. I'm getting one. I'm trying to order one. I'm trying to order one now.
We do have the basic one in stock at the minute from tomorrow.
It's sold out.
Basic one is just from tomorrow. We have to collect them tomorrow. A lot of our stuff we bring in through our address in Northern Ireland, so we have to go to Northern Ireland tomorrow, collect a lot of stuff. Well, it's legal. We've got an address up there.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah. So we're going up there tomorrow, and a lot of stuff that's out of stock will be back in stock tomorrow.
Right. I'm going to come to Dublin and see you in the next couple of months and take you out for dinner and discuss an idea with you as well. Fantastic to speak to you. Thank you so much.
You too,
really,
Mark, and you're looking really good.
I feel amazing.
Yeah, great. Send me one of those cup things for the water.
No, I'll save you one, and I will. Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
keep it for me and bring it down when you're coming.
Yeah, well, if anybody watching this is in Ireland, we have these in stock in Boyle. We're not posting, we're not sending them out. We just haven't got the manpower.
Okay.
But, you can come and pick one up.
And the centre is going well, you were saying?
Well, the health centre is doing extremely well, and I call it a health centre. It's it is a healing centre. So I'll just show you the website because you've probably not seen it.
I found a really nice product yesterday for you. Tried it out there. There's a guy called John. Have you heard of PEMF mats?
Yeah, I've got some here.
Have you got the Bemer, BEMER?
No, I've got.
We had the Bemer mat there, and it was just incredible. Well, I said, "Oh, you might be interested in having it in your healing centre." I've got
the Mirror Mate one.
No, okay.
And I just had an amazing experience at Renine Wellness in Cork.
Yeah, you were saying.
Oh, it was extraordinary. But
there was a body and emotion code.
It was, but I also had a number of sessions on this really, commercial PEMF. What is the one that you just mentioned?
Called Bemer. Claudia, would you hand us a thing on that, please? BEMER. It's about 3,000 there. It's on top of that box there. It's about €3,000. But you can rent it for 2 months for 800, John said. And if you keep it then, and he reckons everyone will keep them, you feel so good.
How do you spell it?
Bemer. BEMER.
BEM.
BEMER. It's German make.
Right. Bemer. Okay.
Bemer, yeah, Bemer, whatever. Anyway, I found it amazing. It's all about to do with your microcirculation. And this guy is proving that, when you do the live blood analysis and they take a drop of your blood and you can see where the red blood cells are, maybe they're not oxygenated enough and they're not flowing well enough and they're like a little bit sticky. It's called roulet when they have the red blood cells like that. So when you do 8 minutes of this and you get on and you retest your blood, apparently the blood cells are just flying along really smoothly. Now, I didn't see that in practice on the screen, but...
Same with this. If you have structured water, your blood cells change within 5 minutes. And I proved it on a microscope with five teenagers. My blood cells are in better condition than my teenage daughter and her friends.
Okay. Well, it's all about oxygenation, isn't it? I mean, it's how vitamin C works as well, because vitamin C converts to hydrogen peroxide in the body, which is a form of oxygen as well. And cancer can't live in oxygen. And it's why...
food grade hydrogen peroxide is incredible.
Yeah, and we use that as well. But I mean, even with... you're talking about ozone, all of those things. They were all modalities I used. The hyperbaric chambers, oxygen. Oxygen is life.
Yeah, I know. This is Tesla's ozone machine.
Oh, you were showing me that once upon a time. Wow, I'd love to have that.
It's fills you full of ozone.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to show you our health things. There's something I want to show you. So there's Gary.
Yeah. Okay, I spoke to Gary, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. So
yeah, really nice.
These are the chambers. Hey. And but here's the other bit is so here's the blog, and this is something you might want to come and try out. This is the Orinoco Quantum Healing Pod. It's a wellness support unit, and these three poles here contain technology which was open sourced by MT Keshe, the Iranian physicist, a while ago, and they contain the energy of the sun sealed inside salt water.
Have you got that there in Roscommon?
We've got it. We've got. I think there may be one or two other privately owned ones, but we've got the only one that's sort of the public can come and use, and it's on the blog. And there's it's really. Oh, we've got 5 responses to that. Brilliant. Would love to try that. Brilliant. What it does, it creates a life force energy field, and that life force energy field interacts with yours and then gives you what you need.
Yeah. Wow.
It's amazing.
Sounds amazing.
Which is interesting because the other thing is, when you asked how's it going, we've had 200 franchise inquiries.
You were saying that on the phone. That's incredible.
Well, so we're busy working. And if you guys are watching this, go and have a look at my Telegram channel for the video where I talk about this. But this is potential. This is potentially. What I think it's all about now, as my friend said yesterday. Everything we have to do as a species right now is roll our sleeves up and get on with doing things that actually help people in service.
Yeah.
Because if we do that, that's not only part of our spiritual ascension process, it's also what this whole bloody thing's been all about.
Yeah,
COVID
we need to move
everything.
away from any negativity and just keep being an inspiration ourselves, or try to inspire others. And if everybody inspires everybody else to move forward with new things and leaving behind all the bad stuff without delving in and criticizing it or following it. I've stopped following any of that because it's bad for you anyway.
It's not, exactly. And it's all there on purpose because it's all part of this plan.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And when I see you next, I'm going to give you a copy of this.
I love that. And I absolutely love that poem. It's
Which
fantastic.
one?
The poem God Wins. It's lovely. Oh, that's great. Well done, Mark.
Oh, I'm very pleased with it. So I'll
okay, we'll come down to you. We still have our camper. We might come down in the camper, though we're kind of thinking of selling it at the minute. I don't know. But we want
well, I might be in the market for that.
Oh, okay. You can have it. Come down and take it away.
Bring it down and come to the forest park.
I'll bring it down and I'm leaving it there. Just
I can park. I've got room. I can park it. And then you can borrow it if you ever need it.
What?
There's a deal.
What?
You give it to me. I'll sort it out. And then if you ever want it, you can borrow it.
Oh, you can give me the money as well.
Oh no, I don't want to do that. Anyway, great to speak to you. I've got it. It's the end of our hour. Really, really great. Thank you.
Catch up.
Thank you so much. And just a reminder, you guys watching, website is in the description below. Always check the descriptions, especially on Rumble. People forget to check the description. That's where it is. And if you're on my email list, which is tmas.tv/Mark's email list, get on that email list because I do keep getting censored all over the place, including Rumble, Twitter, Telegram. They all censor me to some degree because I keep talking to people like this who tell the truth. Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Take care. Ciao.
Bye. Have a lovely day.
Ciao, Claudio. Ciao.
He's gone off out there to the
garden. All right. See you later.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.